Dawn breaks slowly over Highgrove House, mist clinging to the ancient oaks and carefully tended organic gardens. Inside, before the red boxes and state papers demand attention, a solitary figure sits at the polished mahogany table. The air is thick with beeswax, old parchment, and the delicate floral notes of freshly brewed tea. This is not merely breakfast, it is a meticulously choreographed ritual that reveals the soul of a monarch who has spent decades championing harmony between tradition and nature. For King Charles III, dining has never been about royal excess or glittering state banquets. His culinary world is profoundly personal, rooted in the soil of his estates, and fiercely protective of British agricultural heritage. Every ingredient crossing his plate testifies to his lifelong crusade for organic farming and sustainability. Behind oak kitchen doors, chefs transform humble, earthbound ingredients into dishes fit for a sovereign who values provenance over pomp. Number 10. Darjeeling tea with Highgrove honey. Steam rises in graceful ribbons from a bone china teacup. Its contents a brilliant amber that catches the morning light filtering through tall windows. The aroma is instantly recognizable, complex, musky sweetness with hints of wet earth and blooming orchids, characteristic of finest first flush Darjeeling. Beside it sits a crystal jar of thick golden honey, its surface catching the light like liquid stained glass. King Charles maintains unwavering devotion to this specific brew, shunning the robust English breakfast blends favoured by other royals. Former chef Darren May Grady confirmed that wherever the king travels, his personal Darjeeling supply must accompany him. The tea anchors his daily routine, from first waking moments to his legendary afternoon ritual, representing continuity in an unpredictable schedule. Palace protocols govern this seemingly simple preparation with military precision. Water heated to exact boiling point pours over loose leaves, steeped for precisely 3 minutes. Instead of sugar, raw organic honey from Highgrove's own hives sweetens the brew. Milk is added last, just a splash to temper astringency, without masking delicate floral notes. This daily ritual transcends mere caffeine consumption. The honey represents daily affirmation of his environmental philosophy, a sweet reminder of bees' vital ecosystem role. In these brief minutes, surrounded by state papers and constitutional duties, the king finds grounding connection to the natural world he passionately protects. Number 9. Soft-boiled eggs with toast. A pristine white egg sits upright in an antique silver cup, its crown neatly removed to reveal a perfectly liquid golden yolk surrounded by delicate, set white. Steam rises from the exposed interior, carrying the pure scent of fresh farm eggs. Alongside stand uniformed toast soldiers, generously buttered and ready for dipping into the molten center. The king's obsession with perfectly boiled eggs is perhaps the most famous aspect of his culinary routine. Former chef Graham Newbold revealed that eggs must be boiled for exactly 3 minutes to achieve entirely liquid yolks. This exacting standard has become legendary, representing his demand for precision in even the simplest pleasures. Kitchen pressure to deliver this item is immense. A variance of mere seconds renders texture unacceptable. Palace chefs historically use multiple pans, dropping eggs at staggered intervals to guarantee perfection. The eggs themselves come from pampered, free-roaming hens on royal estates, ensuring vibrant yolks packed with natural flavor. This pursuit of the perfect egg reveals the king's character-deep appreciation for nature's simple bounties, coupled with obsessive demand for precise execution. It provides daily comfort and consistency amid global responsibilities. When the yolk proves flawlessly runny, it offers quiet satisfaction and order in the sovereign's demanding life. Number 8. Highgrove plums with organic muesli. A silver bowl presents jewel-toned poached plums, their purple skins yielding to ruby flesh, atop golden toasted oats studded with hazelnuts and pumpkin seeds. Warm cinnamon and nutmeg scents rise from the bowl, mingling with tart orchard aromas. It resembles a pastoral painting brought to life on fine china. This combination forms the cornerstone of Charles' morning routine, replacing heavy traditional breakfasts of his predecessors. He insists fruit must grow on his land, harvested at peak ripeness, stored perfectly through seasons. Royal insiders recount his personal inspection of fruit bowls, ensuring nothing wastes and garden's bounty is fully utilized. Palace chefs prepare this with deep ingredient respect, avoiding heavy sugars or preservatives. Plums simmer gently in light spice-infused syrup until tender but structured. The muesli is bespoke royal blend, hand-mixed using organic stone-ground oats and raw nuts, completely devoid of commercial refinements. Eating homegrown fruit and grains daily manifests the king's deepest agricultural convictions. It connects him directly to Highgrove's soil, reminding him of changing seasons and nature's delicate balance he advocates. This simple breakfast quietly rebels against industrial food systems, stating that true luxury lies in Earth's pure, sustainable bounty. Number 7. Wild Scottish Salmon. Magnificent coral pink salmon fillet rests on braised fennel, skin grilled to crisp perfection and glistening with herb oil and lemon. The aroma evokes cold Highland waters, mingled with fennel's aniseed notes and fresh dill's sharp bite. Historic royal china borders the presentation in cobalt and gold leaf. This dish connects to Charles' cherished pastime, fly fishing in River Dee flowing through Balmoral Estate. He spends hours in freezing waters, finding rare peace away from media scrutiny. Successful catches return immediately to castle kitchens, treated with utmost reverence for evening meals, linking personal triumph to sustenance. Royal chefs approach this prized ingredient with absolute minimalism, knowing wild salmon needs no heavy sauces. Fish receives simple seasoning: sea salt and black pepper before searing over flame to crisp skin while leaving center translucent. Accompaniments come from Balmoral Gardens, ensuring hyper-local Scottish terroir reflection. Consuming this salmon evokes profound emotion, linking to fondest childhood summers in wild Scottish landscapes. It recalls memories of late parents, particularly Prince Philip, who taught patient casting skills. This meal represents quiet communion with beloved land, fleeting taste of freedom and Scotland's enduring Highland spirit. Number 6. Foraged wild mushroom risotto. Steaming arborio rice arrives deeply stained with woodland fungi colors, fragrant with white truffle oil. The risotto flows velvety across the plate, studded with meaty ceps, chanterelles, and morels. Aged parmesan melts into hot rice, while fresh parsley adds emerald brightness to autumnal palate. King Charles is passionate, knowledgeable forager, cultivating this hobby for decades on Balmoral's wooded grounds. He leads private expeditions with wicker baskets and deep mycological understanding, personally harvesting mushrooms for his table. Former chef Darren Mesgrady recounted how the then prince arrived with earthy bounty, hands soil dirty, eagerly instructing preparation methods. Creating perfect royal risotto demands patience and finest ingredients. Chefs sweat shallots in estate butter, toast rice, gradually ladle homemade broth. Foraged mushrooms sauté separately with garlic and thyme, concentrating earthy flavors before folding into rice. Final butter and cheese create luxurious emulsion. This risotto transcends Italian comfort food. It results from the king's personal, hands-on natural world interaction. It represents belief that finest food isn't necessarily expensive, but gathered personally from wild earth. Eating brings profound groundedness and pride, delicious reward for solitary hours beneath ancient Scottish pines. Number 5. Traditional Welsh cakes. Silver cake stands display small, round griddle cakes boasting golden brown exteriors dusted with castor sugar. Served warm from cast iron bakestone, they emit comforting aromas of butter, spices, and currants. Texture uniquely combines crisp exterior with crumbly, tender interior, yielding perfectly to silver pastry forks. As longest-serving Prince of Wales, Charles developed profound affection for Welsh culture and culinary traditions. These humble cakes became daily afternoon tea staples, frequently requested regardless of location. They serve as edible reminders of his deep Welsh connection, reflecting 6 decades of proud principality dedication. Authentic preparation requires traditional technique and intuitive heat understanding. Palace pastry chefs rub cold butter into flour until breadcrumb-like, folding in sugar, spices, and currants. Egg binds dough, rolled gently and cut into circles before cooking on heavy bakestone over direct flame, flipped at precise golden moments. These spiced cakes hold deep emotional resonance, symbolizing lifelong Welsh bonds and countless touring hours through rugged country. They ground formalized afternoon tea in authentic regional history. Every bite journeys nostalgically to youth, sweet anchor in shifting tides of long public service life. Number 4. Roast rack of mutton. Crown-like meat rack presents on silver carving tray, exterior roasted deep mahogany and herb-crusted. Table carving reveals tender pink center releasing rich, complex aromas deeper than spring lamb. Traditional caper sauce, minted peas, and duck fat potatoes accompany this historically evocative presentation. Charles champions mutton's culinary revival as the world's most prominent advocate. He launched the Mutton Renaissance campaign supporting struggling sheep farmers and reintroducing robust mature meat flavors. He frequently requests this for formal dinners, using his table as powerful platform for traditional agricultural practices. Royal mutton cooking requires exceptional skill treating mature, flavorful meat. Palace chefs source finest pasture-raised mutton, dry-aged weeks for tenderness and concentrated flavor. High-temperature searing renders fat, creating caramelized crust, then slow roasting ensures succulent tenderness. Sharp caper sauce cuts through rich fat perfectly. This dish profoundly states the king's culinary philosophy, proving gastronomic excellence respects animal life cycle and supports sustainable farming. Eating mutton solidarizes with rural UK communities he's spent lifetimes protecting. It boldly challenges modern conventions, preserving British countryside's timeless traditions. Number 3. Pheasant crumble pie. Deep ceramic dish arrives with golden brown savory crumble topping bubbling at edges where rich gravy breaks through. Intoxicating wild aromas blend slow braised game, red wine, smoky bacon, and earthy vegetables. Silver spoon breaking crust releases fragrant steam revealing tender pheasant in dark, glossy sauce. This hearty pie associates intimately with royal winter shooting parties, particularly Sandringham Christmas gatherings. Charles, skilled outdoorsman, appreciates consuming game harvested from his lands. Former chef Graham Newbold noted the king's particular fondness for savory crumble variation over traditional pastry, finding it perfect after freezing moorland days. Creating royal pie involves multi-step transformation of lean game into extraordinary richness. Chefs braise pheasant in game stock and red wine with pearl onions, pancetta, and herbs until falling off bone. Shredded meat returns to reduce sauce, topped with bespoke crumble of flour, butter, cheese, and walnuts, baked until golden. Sharing this pie with family in Sandringham's wood-panelled rooms represents cherished winter ritual. It embodies timeless royal country life continuity, connecting him to generations walking same frosty fields. The dish comforts during Britain's darkest months, offering warmth and profound belonging sense. Number 2. Cheese and biscuit selection. As meals conclude, simple but carefully composed cheese boards appear. Mature farmhouse cheddar wedges, crumbly Cheshire, soft British brie with waxy rinds under light. Grapes cluster beside celery sticks and regimented savoury biscuits, crisp and pale, creating understated elegance. Unlike many preferring sweet puddings, Charles maintains well-documented preference for cheese over dessert. Darren May Grady confirmed the prince's habit of choosing cheese as final course, sometimes with fruit, often with good wine when schedules allow. This suits his savoury-leaning palate and echoes traditional British meal endings. Kitchen curation focuses on excellent but unshowy cheeses, often from small British producers he knows personally. Everything reaches room temperature before serving, allowing aromas to bloom. Biscuits are chosen for supportive texture rather than dominant flavour. Portions remain moderate. Ostentation isn't the point. Cheese and biscuits provide quiet indulgence and final grounding note. After dinner discussions about architecture, climate, or family, well-aged cheddar's simplicity anchors the evening. It reflects his authenticity yearning in formality-wrapped life. In that savoury bite, day's grandeur pairs back to simple enjoyment without performance. Number 1. Seasonal vegetables from gardens. His plate often landscapes greens and earth tones rather than heavy creams. Bright asparagus spears glistening with olive oil. Dark kale finely chopped and sautéed. Wild mushrooms with caps browned at edges, smelling of damp woodland and leaf mould. This represents his truest culinary philosophy made visible. Those cooking for Charles repeatedly describe him as a vegetable man. Former chef Graham Newbold noted meals built around seasonal produce, meat secondary. When walking estates, he's not just surveying property but eyeing soil becoming supper. This connects directly to decades of environmental advocacy. Royal kitchens mean daily scrutiny of local grower crates and garden harvests. Asparagus refused in winter, strawberries unthinkable out of season. Vegetables blanched retaining snap and colour, finished quickly maintaining life. Each preparation honours natural rhythms he spent lifetime defending. There's quiet defiance in this eating style. When luxury often measures excess, his vegetable-dominated plates speak older, sterner privilege understanding. Each mushroom or beetroot bite proves defended soil gives generously. It's not just nourishment, it's confirmation that land stewardship literally sustains him. Behind protocols and palaces, his daily meals reveal where the king has been most himself. Not in robes and regalia, but with soft-boiled eggs, garden vegetables, and Highgrove honey on homemade bread. His plate reflects discipline, environmental conviction, and stubborn affection for British fare. It shows a man denying himself lunch to keep working, yet insisting honey come from personally championed bees. Food reveals what people value when unwatched. For Charles, it reveals alignment of private pleasures with public principles, bite by bite. His culinary legacy respects sustainability, consistency, and lifelong romance with United Kingdom soil. As he continues his historic reign, these authentic traditions set powerful examples for food and farming futures. Knowing his quiet food rituals from Darjeeling's first sip to evening's final cheese, which authentic royal dish speaks most to you, and what would you choose to share at his simple, principled table?